10 things to avoid when living alone as an older person. Living alone can be liberating, but it also comes with unique challenges, especially as we age. Avoiding certain pitfalls can transform your daily life, helping you stay healthy, safe, and fulfilled. In this video, we'll reveal 10 crucial things to avoid. Stick around because these tips could make all the difference. If you find value here, hit like, subscribe to Candle of Wisdom, and tap the notification bell to stay informed about living independently with confidence. Let's dive in. 1. Avoid complete isolation. Living alone can feel peaceful at first. You have your space, your freedom, and no interruptions. But over time, that silence can become heavy. Days blur together, and what once felt calming now feels isolating. Loneliness doesn't just creep into your life, it affects your mental health, your motivation, and even your physical well-being. The truth is, humans thrive on connection. You don't need constant company, but small, meaningful interactions can make all the difference. Ignoring this need can lead to feelings of sadness or even depression. However, with a little effort, you can rebuild those connections and enrich your life. I've come across countless stories of older adults who unknowingly drifted into isolation. One woman's story touched me deeply. After her husband passed, she found herself spending her days in silence, her evenings even quieter. One day, she decided to join a local community center where people gathered weekly for simple activities like crafts and coffee. At first, she felt hesitant, but that small step opened the door to something incredible. She found herself surrounded by smiles, laughter, and a sense of belonging she hadn't felt in years. You don't have to make grand gestures to avoid isolation. Start with something small. Maybe it's a weekly call with a family member, sending a message to an old friend, or attending a community event in your neighborhood. For those who prefer staying at home, technology can be a lifesaver. Virtual meetups or video chats allow you to connect with loved ones no matter where they are. Even the smallest interactions can breathe life back into your routine. Imagine a simple phone call where laughter replaces the silence, or a casual chat with a neighbor that turns into a new friendship. These moments remind us that we're not alone, even if we live independently. Volunteering is another powerful way to combat isolation. I've heard of older adults who began volunteering once a week and found it quickly became the highlight of their lives. It gave them purpose, new connections, and a reason to look forward to the days ahead. Remember, avoiding isolation isn't just about avoiding loneliness. It's about embracing life, staying mentally sharp, and finding joy in shared moments. Take that first step, no matter how small, and rediscover the beauty of connection. Your golden years are meant for laughter, purpose, and the relationships that keep you thriving. 2. Avoid neglecting your health. When living alone, it's easy to let health routines slide. There's no one around to remind you about medications, doctor's appointments, or even the importance of getting outside for fresh air. But ignoring these small habits can have serious consequences, especially as you age. Your health is your foundation. It supports everything else in your life. I recall reading about a gentleman who shared his experience online. After retiring, he thought his health was fine and skipped regular checkups. He kept putting off appointments, always thinking, next week. Months turned into a year, and by the time he finally saw his doctor, a minor issue had worsened into a significant condition. He said it was one of his biggest regrets and urged others not to make the same mistake. Staying healthy doesn't have to feel overwhelming. Start with small, manageable steps. Set up a routine that includes reminders for medication and regular checkups. A simple tool like a calendar on your kitchen wall or an app on your phone can keep you on track. Create daily rituals, such as taking a walk, practicing light stretches, or preparing balanced meals. These habits build resilience over time and can make a big difference. Mental health is just as important as physical health. Living alone can sometimes lead to feelings of sadness or anxiety. It's crucial to acknowledge these emotions and address them. One woman's story moved me deeply. She struggled with anxiety after losing her partner and found herself withdrawing from the world. Eventually, she reached out to a local counseling group. What began as a hesitant step became a transformative experience for her. She not only gained tools to manage her emotions, but also formed meaningful friendships that enriched her life. You can also nurture your mental well-being by engaging in activities that bring you joy. For some, it's gardening and watching something grow. For others, it might be listening to music, journaling, or simply spending time in nature. These moments of mindfulness can help calm your mind and boost your overall well-being. Taking care of your health is more than just avoiding illness. It's about ensuring you can fully enjoy your life. Start with one small change, like scheduling a long overdue appointment or setting aside time for a walk tomorrow. Every step you take brings you closer to a healthier, happier version of yourself. Your golden years should be full of energy and vitality, and prioritizing your health is the key to achieving that. 3. Avoid ignoring home safety. When living alone, it's easy to assume that everything will always be fine. After all, you've managed your home for years. But as we age, home safety becomes more critical than ever. A single fall or emergency can turn life upside down, especially when no one is around to help. I once read about a woman who experienced this firsthand. She had a minor fall in her kitchen while reaching for something on a high shelf. Thankfully, it wasn't life-threatening, but she couldn't reach her phone for hours. That moment of helplessness left a deep impression on her. She decided to take action by making her home safer, installing a personal emergency response device and rearranging items to be within easy reach. Those changes gave her peace of mind and the ability to live independently with confidence. You don't need to wait for an accident to happen before making adjustments. Start by assessing your home for potential hazards. Look for things like loose rugs, cluttered hallways, or poorly lit staircases. These may seem minor now, but they can quickly lead to serious issues. Adding non-slip mats, clearing walkways, and improving lighting in key areas like bathrooms and staircases can make a big difference. Think about installing grab bars in the bathroom and handrails on both sides of your staircase. These small changes provide stability and prevent falls. Many older adults hesitate to make these upgrades, thinking they're unnecessary or that they'll make their homes look uninviting. But in reality, these tools aren't just practical, they're lifesavers. And there are plenty of stylish modern options that blend seamlessly into your home's design. Another important step is ensuring you have access to help during emergencies. A personal emergency response system, a small device you wear, can be a game changer. With just one press of a button, you can call for assistance if something goes wrong. Many devices now come with added features like fall detection, so help is on its way, even if you can't call for it yourself. Home security also plays a role in your safety. Consider installing security cameras or smart locks. These systems can deter intruders and give you control over your home's safety, even when you're away. By taking proactive steps, you're not just creating a safer home, you're protecting your independence and peace of mind. A secure, well-prepared home allows you to focus on enjoying life rather than worrying about what could go wrong. Safety isn't just about avoiding accidents, it's about embracing the confidence that comes with being prepared. 4. Avoid unhealthy habits. Living alone can give you freedom, but sometimes that freedom turns into a slippery slope. Without someone around to nudge you, it's easy to skip meals, overindulge in snacks, or spend too much time on the couch. These habits may feel harmless at first, but over time, they can quietly erode your health and energy. One story I came across really stuck with me. After her partner passed, a woman found herself turning to snacks and TV to fill the silence. It wasn't intentional. She simply didn't feel like cooking for one. But after months of this, she noticed she felt sluggish, disconnected, and far from her usual self. That wake-up call pushed her to start small. She began prepping simple, healthy meals and even joined a community cooking class. Slowly but surely, her energy came back, and so did her spark. Breaking these habits doesn't mean overhauling your entire life overnight. Start with manageable changes. Plan your meals for the week and include nutritious, easy-to-prepare options. Keep healthy snacks on hand, things like yogurt, nuts, or fresh fruits, to replace processed junk. And if cooking feels like a chore, consider meal delivery services that focus on balanced options. Physical activity is equally important. A sedentary lifestyle might feel comforting in the short term, but it's one of the biggest risks to long-term health. The key is to find activities you enjoy. Maybe it's a daily stroll through the park, light gardening, or even trying a chair yoga class. The goal isn't perfection, it's consistency. Just moving a little every day can have an enormous impact. Then there's sleep. Poor sleep habits often go unnoticed until they start affecting your mood and energy. If late-night TV or endless scrolling is keeping you up, consider creating a calming evening routine. A good book, soft music, or a cup of herbal tea can help signal to your body that it's time to wind down. And let's not forget the emotional side of things. Sometimes unhealthy habits are a symptom of deeper loneliness or stress. If that's the case, reach out. Join a group, take a class, or reconnect with loved ones. Connection can often be the spark that motivates other positive changes. Taking care of yourself doesn't have to feel overwhelming. It's about small, meaningful choices that add up over time. When you nurture your body and mind, you're setting yourself up to live fully and enjoy the freedom that comes with independence. Remember, you're worth every bit of effort you invest in yourself. 5. Avoid letting your home overwhelm you. Your home is your sanctuary. But when you live alone, it can also feel like a burden. The space that once brought you joy might now seem too large to manage, filled with memories and chores that drain your energy. As life changes, so do our needs, and it's important to ensure your home is working for you, not the other way around. I remember a story about a retired couple who downsized after their children moved out. At first, the wife resisted the idea, feeling as though letting go of their large home meant letting go of the memories tied to it. But over time, she realized the upkeep was exhausting her. Once they moved to a smaller, cozier place, she felt lighter, less stressed, and had more time to focus on the things she loved, like gardening and reading. If downsizing feels right for you, it can be an excellent way to simplify your life. Moving to a smaller home means less cleaning, fewer repairs, and lower expenses. But downsizing isn't the only solution. Sometimes just decluttering and reorganizing your current space can make it more manageable. Start by tackling one room at a time. Keep items that truly serve a purpose or hold deep meaning, and let go of the rest. You'll be surprised how much peace a tidy, organized home can bring. If physical maintenance is the challenge, don't hesitate to ask for help, whether it's hiring someone to mow the lawn, clean the house, or fix repairs. These small investments can make your home feel less overwhelming. There's no shame in seeking assistance. It's a sign of wisdom and self-care. Consider how much space you truly need. If you find yourself spending most of your time in just a few rooms, it might be time to rethink the setup of your home. Could you convert a guest bedroom into a functional space, like a hobby room or an office? Adapting your home to your current lifestyle can make it feel more aligned with your needs. Ultimately, your home should be a place of comfort and peace. If it feels like a burden, take steps to lighten that load. Whether that's downsizing, decluttering, or hiring help, the goal is to create an environment that supports you. Your golden years are meant to be enjoyed, not spent worrying about endless chores or maintenance. By reimagining your space, you can focus on what truly matters, living a life filled with ease, joy, and freedom. 6. Avoid financial disorganization. When you live alone, managing your finances can feel overwhelming. Without someone to remind you to pay a bill or keep track of subscriptions, things can easily spiral out of control. The last thing you want is to realize you've been wasting money on something you no longer use, or worse, missed an important payment that leads to late fees. I remember coming across a story of a man who was meticulous during his working years, but found it harder to stay organized after retirement. One day, while reviewing his bank statements, he noticed recurring charges for services he hadn't used in months. He even found a magazine subscription he didn't remember signing up for. It was a wake-up call for him. From that point forward, he set up automatic payments for his essentials and started keeping a closer eye on his finances. Not only did this save him money, but it also reduced the stress of managing everything alone. To avoid these pitfalls, start with small but effective steps. Automate payments for your monthly essentials like utilities and rent. This ensures you'll never forget due dates or face penalties. Once a month, review your bank and credit card statements to identify any unnecessary expenses or unfamiliar charges. It's surprising how many people don't realize they're paying for things they no longer need until they look closely. Another practical tip is to create a designated space in your home for all your financial documents. Use a simple file organizer to store bank statements, insurance policies, and other important papers. Knowing exactly where these items are will save you time and prevent the stress of searching when you need them. If financial management feels overwhelming, don't be afraid to reach out for help. A trusted family member or even a professional financial advisor can offer support and help you create a simple system. It's not about giving up control. It's about ensuring you're making the best decisions for your financial health. Building a basic budget can also work wonders. Write down your monthly income and expenses, including necessities like groceries and utilities, as well as activities you enjoy. This will give you a clear picture of where your money is going and help you find areas to save. Remember, financial stability gives you peace of mind and the freedom to focus on what truly matters in life. Staying organized isn't just practical, it's empowering. Take small steps today to manage your finances, and you'll enjoy greater confidence and control tomorrow. Independence is much sweeter without financial stress holding you back. 7. Avoid losing track of time and purpose. Living alone gives you the freedom to shape your own days, but it can also lead to losing track of time. Without a clear structure, it's easy for mornings, afternoons, and evenings to blend together. Over time, this lack of routine can leave you feeling unmotivated or even lost, as if the days are passing without purpose. A friend of mine shared her experience with this. After retiring, she looked forward to not having a strict schedule. But as the months went on, she started to feel like she was floating aimlessly. She would sleep in late, spend hours scrolling through her phone, and let entire days go by without accomplishing much. She told me, "It was like I was waiting for something to happen, but nothing ever did." That realization pushed her to make a change. She started by creating a simple, daily routine. She'd wake up at the same time every morning, take a walk, and enjoy her coffee on the porch. She also planned one meaningful activity each day, like gardening or reading. Over time, this rhythm brought her a sense of peace and direction. She felt like her days were hers again. Creating a routine can be as simple or detailed as you like. Begin with the basics. Set regular times for waking up, meals, and relaxation. Then, add activities that bring you joy or give you a sense of accomplishment. Maybe it's calling a loved one every Tuesday, visiting the library on Wednesdays, or dedicating Fridays to exploring a hobby. The purpose is another piece of the puzzle. Life without a sense of purpose can feel empty, even if your days are full of activity. This is the perfect time to rediscover old passions or explore new ones. Perhaps you've always wanted to learn how to paint, join a book club, or start writing your memoirs. I remember hearing about a retired teacher who began volunteering at a local literacy program. She found so much joy in helping others learn to read and said it gave her days a renewed sense of meaning. The experience reconnected her with the part of herself that loved teaching and being around people. Living with purpose doesn't have to be about grand gestures. It's about finding small, meaningful ways to bring joy into your life and others. When you fill your days with intention, time no longer feels wasted. Instead, every moment feels like a step towards something greater. Your days are yours to shape. Build a routine, pursue what excites you, and you'll find that time becomes a gift rather than something that slips away. 8. Avoid thinking you have to do everything alone. Living alone can make you feel like you have to handle everything yourself. You might think asking for help means giving up your independence, but in truth, it's the opposite. Reaching out strengthens your independence by giving you the support you need to focus on what truly matters. I remember a neighbor who used to insist on doing everything by herself. She'd climb ladders to clean her gutters, carry heavy groceries, and even fix plumbing issues. One day, she had a small accident while trying to repair something under her sink. Thankfully, it wasn't serious, but it was a wake-up call. After that, she started asking her family for help with certain tasks. What surprised her most was how happy they were to pitch in. She realized she didn't lose any independence by asking for help. If anything, she gained more freedom and peace of mind. The reality is, no one expects you to do it all alone. Whether it's your family, friends, or even neighbors, there are people who care about you and want to help. Sometimes it's just a matter of letting them know what you need. Maybe you need someone to help with groceries, house repairs, or even just setting up technology. Don't hesitate to ask. It's not a burden. It's an opportunity to connect. If you don't have family nearby, consider hiring professionals for tasks that feel too overwhelming. Whether it's yard work, home maintenance, or cleaning, these small investments can save you time and energy while ensuring your safety. Another option is to build a network of trusted people in your community. You'd be amazed at how many neighbors are willing to lend a hand, especially if you've built friendly relationships over time. A simple conversation or shared cup of coffee can open the door to mutual support. Sometimes the hardest part of asking for help is overcoming pride. It's natural to want to prove you're capable, but there's real strength in knowing when to lean on others. Accepting help doesn't diminish your abilities. It enhances your quality of life and gives you more time to focus on the things you enjoy. Living alone doesn't mean living without support. Surround yourself with people you trust, and you'll find life feels lighter and more manageable. When you stop trying to do everything on your own, you'll discover that independence isn't about going it alone. It's about thriving with the right kind of help. Reach out, accept support, and enjoy the freedom that comes with knowing you don't have to carry everything by yourself. 9. Avoid holding on to too much clutter. Our homes often become a reflection of our lives, filled with items that hold memories and sentimental value. But when you live alone, holding on to too much clutter can make your space feel overwhelming and weigh you down emotionally. Letting go can be hard, but it's also an opportunity to create a lighter, more peaceful environment. I think of a dear friend who struggled with this after her husband passed away. She kept everything, his clothes, tools, books, even small, mundane items like his old coffee mug. Over time, these objects became more of a burden than a comfort. She shared with me that it felt like her home had become a museum of the past, leaving no room for her to move forward. Eventually, with the help of her daughter, she sorted through her belongings. She kept a few cherished items and donated or gifted the rest. Afterward, she said her home felt lighter, and so did her heart. If you're holding on to items you don't use or love, start small. Focus on one area, like a drawer or a single closet, and decide what truly matters to you. Ask yourself, does this bring me joy or serve a purpose in my life? If not, it might be time to let it go. For items with sentimental value, consider creative ways to preserve the memories without keeping the clutter. Take photos of items you want to remember, or keep one meaningful piece, instead of a whole collection. You can also pass items on to family or friends who will cherish them. Decluttering isn't about erasing the past, it's about creating space for your future. When your home is free of excess, it becomes a sanctuary, a place where you can relax, recharge, and enjoy your independence. Practicality is key too. Clutter can create hazards, like tripping over boxes or piles of belongings. A tidy space is not only emotionally freeing, but also safer, especially as we age. Keep your walkways clear, and make sure essential items like your phone or glasses are easy to access. Letting go can be emotional, but it's also empowering. You're making room for the life you want now, rather than holding on to the one you've already lived. Start small, take your time, and remind yourself that the memories aren't in the objects, they're in your heart. By decluttering, you're not just tidying up your space, you're opening the door to a simpler, more fulfilling chapter of your life. 10. Avoid skipping emergency preparedness. When living alone, it's easy to think, I'll deal with emergencies when they happen. But the truth is, being unprepared can leave you vulnerable when the unexpected occurs. Whether it's a power outage, a fall, or a natural disaster, having a plan in place ensures your safety and gives you peace of mind. I remember hearing about a man who lived alone during a harsh winter storm. The power went out, and he quickly realized he wasn't ready. He didn't have backup lighting, his phone wasn't fully charged, and his pantry was running low. Though he made it through the storm, the experience shook him. After that, he took steps to prepare. A simple emergency kit, a power bank, and a stash of non-perishable food made him feel much more secure. Start by building your own emergency kit. Include essentials like flashlights, batteries, bottled water, non-perishable food, a first aid kit, and medications you may need. Keep these items in a spot that's easy to access, like a dedicated shelf or a box in a closet. Knowing where everything is can save you precious time during a crisis. Another key step is to create a list of emergency contacts. Write down phone numbers for family, close friends, neighbors, and local services like the fire department or a nearby hospital. Keep this list visible, perhaps on your refrigerator or near your phone. That way, you won't have to scramble for information when every second counts. Technology can also be a lifesaver. A portable phone charger or power bank ensures you can stay connected, even if the electricity goes out. For those who want an added layer of safety, consider investing in a personal emergency response system, a wearable device that lets you call for help at the press of a button. If you live in an area prone to extreme weather, take extra precautions. Stock up on supplies ahead of storm seasons, and familiarize yourself with local evacuation routes or shelters. If you rely on medications, ensure you always have a few weeks' supply in case of delays. Being prepared doesn't mean living in fear. It means giving yourself confidence and control. Emergencies happen, but with the right planning, you can handle them calmly and effectively. Living alone doesn't mean being alone in a crisis. It means taking proactive steps to protect yourself. A little preparation goes a long way in ensuring your independence and safety, giving you the freedom to live with confidence and peace of mind. In conclusion, living alone as an older adult offers freedom, but avoiding key pitfalls is crucial for your safety and happiness. Today, we've covered 10 essential things to avoid. First, don't let isolation take over. Stay connected with others. Second, prioritize your health by keeping up with routines and appointments. Third, address home safety with proactive measures like grab bars and good lighting. Fourth, steer clear of unhealthy habits by building mindful routines. Fifth, make sure your home isn't overwhelming. Downsize or declutter as needed. We also discussed avoiding financial disorganization with simple budgeting and automation. Seventh, don't lose track of time or purpose. Create structure and pursue passions. Eighth, remember you don't have to do everything alone. Ask for help when needed. Ninth, clear out clutter to create a peaceful and safe environment. Lastly, be prepared for emergencies with a plan and essential supplies. By avoiding these mistakes, you can live independently with confidence. Like this video, subscribe to Candle of Wisdom, and embrace a fulfilling life.